Hello one and all, this is Wolfstar Gaming. It's Anton Savetin, and welcome back to more Robotics Notes Elite. So, last time we got a little more serious and learned about this kind of scary syndrome that both Kaito and Akiho have. Officially it's called the elephant mouse syndrome, but Kaito and Akiho have called it the FF syndrome, or fast forward. So, it's that syndrome kind of scares me a little, as I had mentioned last time, because it really is. I mean, just the way that Akiho was just kind of threw me for a loop and just genuinely scared me. She genuinely scared me there for a little bit. It's a good thing that she bounces back fast from it. And it does make me wonder when Kaito gets the syndrome, of how bad is it for him? I mean, he said that he needs proper nursing, but yet Akiho doesn't. So it's like kind of between videos I've been thinking about that, and I'm like, if Kaito needs proper nursing, shouldn't Akiho also need proper nursing? But then at the same time, she seemed to be just fine with Kaito just being there for her. So I do really wonder with Kaito how badly it is for him. And then, what else happened last time? That's right, we, as Kaito, managed by really some miracle to get the program code for Kill Ballad from the creator, which that really is like a miracle. And of course Of course, when I started thinking about it more, I was like, yeah, everything is falling in place for them now. It's like they just have a day left until the ROBO-ONE event, and they get this huge miracle with getting this program code. Still kind of floors me. But anyway, we are now, as you can see, in the robot clinic, and oh no, not skip. Just in case, I want to take a look just to make sure that there aren't any geotags that I happen to miss in here. Doesn't seem to be. But anyway, it's kind of funny. I started off last video with Akiho's back to us, and this time she's doing it again, but this time with the robot doctor. What's the robot doctor doing? It sounds like he's typing. Doc's never done stuff like this for the Robot Club before. Really? Nearly 6 hours zoomed by after explaining the situation to Doc. It's pretty late. The date's about to change. That's an interesting way to put it. Well, why did you just say that it's like nearly midnight? Doc keeps saying interesting while he helps install the parts. The robot doctor's skills are a thing to behold. I'm sure he's very skilled at what he does. He also lent us a laptop, but quickly took it from Akiho due to her slow programming. Now he's doing it himself. Yeah, you would want a professional to do this, and, you know, Doc, the robot doctor, definitely knows what he's doing. Akiho, while she may be into robots, I guess just doesn't really know the ins and outs of a robot, you know, like the program that would need to be put into a robot to make it work the way you want to.
ねえ、ドク、全部ドクがやったらうちのやることなくなっちゃうよ。
Well, don't you want everything done by the time we need everything to be set for ROBO-ONE? Let him take care of it, Akiho. It's like he knows what he's doing.
お前みたいな小娘に任せてたら終わるもんも終わらねえだろうがよ。
And she'll just be slower at it. It's like you'd just be faster at it.
そうだけど。
Aw.
任せといた方がいいよ。アキちゃんよりよっぽど信頼できるからね。
Yes, we can. It's like he I mean, how long has he had this shop around? What's wrong, Akiho? I'll let Akiho pout by herself for now. Oh, she's pouting, okay. Doc's fingers move like running water as they glide across the PC keys. PC is wired up to the controller board on the honorary Prez's back. It's basically the Prez's brain. Right. You load the movement control program into it from the PC. Generally speaking, this is where the overall quality of a hobby robot is determined. Okay, it's like you know, even though that I had gotten into robotics a little bit when I was younger, I didn't stick with it a whole lot, so I don't really know how in-depth it can really get. So I can only assume that with a hobby robot, that the quality put into it can be, you know, really, really good, especially if it's done by a professional. Not that I have any clue what all the program text and numbers on the monitor mean.
ま、こんなもんだろ。
Done already. That was quick. Look at this old rocker. He's usually snide and cold, but he's clearly in a good mood today. Is he enjoying this? I imagine he is.
動かせるところまではやっといた。あとの細かい調整はオペレーターの好みになるだろうから好きにしな。
Okay. We're good to go then. And that's something that Akiho can do herself.
早速動かしてみようよ。
Akiho pulls the USB cable out of the honorary Prez and stands it up on the floor. She then flips the power on.
カイ、準備いい？
Ready as I ever will be, right, Kai?
待って。
Kaito? Mate. Mate, why? Why do we need to mate? I need to start up the app. Oh. I've already downloaded the Kill Ballad System 2019 app that Frau Kojiro told me to. Okay.
まだ
早くしろ。
Just dots.
はーい。
起動したよ。
Displayed on my phone droid monitor is the first-person view of a robot cockpit, Kill Ballad style. This is just a dummy image. There's no camera built into the honorary prez. Not to mention there's no point in reproducing a proper FPS perspective on a hobby robot. It would be more beneficial with a bigger robot, right? Like the one from the beginning?
うちにも見せて。
Akiho peeks at my phone droid from the side.
おー、キルバラっぽい。
Looks like Frau Kojiro reused her... It's not a he? Frau Kojiro's not a he? I'll take what I can get. It's like, it doesn't matter to me if Frau Kojiro is male or female. I just assumed that Frau Kojiro was a he, I guess. Or that could be a typo, I don't know. Looks like Frau Kojiro reused her KB UI. It's not that the screen layout is like KB. It literally is the KB UI. And I got a tip for UI. User interface. In a computer system, it is the display format or the input mode for user use. Sometimes used to refer to how a machine feels while operating it. Refer to how a machine feels while operating it. Oh, wait, for the person who's operating it. Right, yeah, okay. For a second there, I thought that meant something else. You know, like how the machine feels. Like, its feelings. That's how I kind of read that at first. I'm like, wait, what? That doesn't sound right.
たぎるね。
うん、たぎる。
Kaito's getting hyped up too, huh? I chime in. Even I can't deny that this is exciting. So this is where he starts getting into it? Plus, this thing was built by Kill Ballad's one and only creator. I guess he would be getting more into it now that, you know, it's the robot fused with Kill Ballad's controls, right? He would get more excited about that prospect, wouldn't it? Wouldn't he?
見てるだけじゃ動作テストにもならんだろうが、ぼさっとしてねえで、さっさと動かしてみろ。
The Kill Ballad System 2019 help says the control scheme is the same as Kill Ballad's.
コマンドの組み合わせであらかじめプログラムしておいたいろんな動作を出せるって。
とりあえず一つだけ仮で登録しといたぞ。
Oh, you did? Okay.
キルバラと同じコマンドで頑張るアッパーが出せるはず。
Gunvolt Upper. So that's a special move that Gunvarel does, like, in the game?
基本だね。やってみるか。
It's a command I input several hundred times a day, so I never mess it up. Upon successful input, the Prez crouches down, then stands back up while doing an uppercut with its left arm. Yeah, by the sounds of the name, it kind of sounded like an uppercut kind of move.
いいね。
バッチリ。
Too bad we didn't get like an animation for that.
誰が考えたシステムかは知らねえが、大したもんだ。
I bet it is. I mean, and you know, infusing the how old is the robot again? 10 years old? I believe it was 10 years old. And to fuse a 10-year-old robot with a video game program, be able to do that, I think is rather impressive myself. The way this system works, if you just press random buttons, you'll only throw out basic moves. Right, yeah. But by combining command inputs, you can unleash more complex moves. That seems to be its most unique feature. Akiho's face is a bit red as she excitedly gazes at me. I didn't notice before, but I just noticed now that, you know, the robot doctor doesn't have any teeth. So he's just all gums? I mean, that's what it looks like.
条件はクリアされたよね。ね、何しろ回もたぎっちゃったくらいだもんね。
It seems like we got it. Condition?
オペレーターとしてロボワンに出てほしい。お願い。
I mean, you know the game best, Kaito. It's like, how about it? Upon saying this, she puts up one hand like she's taking an oath.
カイのゲームの腕を生かす時だよ。
Yeah, it's like just think. Kaito just needs to think of controlling the robot as if he's playing Kill Ballad, and it's like, there you go, perfect combination of Akiho's interest and Kaito's interest, and boom, you got kind of like a marriage made in heaven with that kind of combination, right? At least for the two of them. Honestly, as of yesterday, I never would have imagined anything of this. That's kind of fair, actually. I mean, it just kind of was like a bolt of inspiration, right? It's like the stars aligned for us. That's another way to put it. Akiho would never accept no for an answer. Yeah, seriously. This is gonna be a real pain. Gonna be a real pain. But hey, at least now it looks like we can win. And anyway, I already told Frau Kojiro that I'd be competing in Robo-ONE. He did tell him that, yeah. Or her.
仕方ないな。
I shrug my shoulders. Then I give Akiho a high five. High five, yeah! There we go.
約束は約束だし。
Yes, a promise is a promise.
たぎった
She's really getting pumped up now. Akiho grabs my hand and starts shaking it around.
カイ、ありがとう。そんなカイにあの人のこの言葉を送るよ。
an important life lesson from him? An important life lesson from the robot doctor? Oh no,
カゴの
that
中の鳥は干渉される道具でしかないと覚えておいてくれ。
cage bird is nothing but a plaything for others. Huh. That sounds like a proverb in some way.
アキちゃんは俺に手伝ってほしいのかやめさせたいのかどっちなの？
Oh.
手伝ってほしいに決まってるよ。本当に嬉しいんだよ。
Yeah, it's like all this time Akiho has wanted Kaito's help. And she's finally going to get his help. That's a long time coming, I feel. Like I'm assuming like years.
カイの実力はうちが誰よりも知ってるんだから。
Right, with playing Kill Ballad? Yeah. That's because I've thoroughly crushed Akiho in so many matches that I've lost count. I suppose you could refer to it as knowledge gained through pain and suffering. Pain and suffering on Akiho's end, not so much on your end, Kaito.
そうと決まれば、明日の夕方の出発までに種子島新さんの調整をしておかなきゃ。残りのコマンドも登録しないとだし。
Yeah, they do need to tweak the Tanegashima machine, especially since it with that practice run of the robot just taking off like it did.
すぐ帰って仮眠取って朝6時に部室集合ね。
6 a.m. in the morning? Is that earlier than when they usually get to school?
やだよそんな朝早くに。アキちゃんやっといて。
It's like, honestly, I can completely see where Kaito is coming from. It's like, I'm not much of a morning person myself. You know, I'm more of a night owl. But when I absolutely need to, I will get up early. I mean, my job, I get up at around 5 each morning to get to work on time when I start at 7. It's like, I can do that when I need to. I still haven't packed for the trip to Tokyo either. I still need to pack. Has Akiho packed?
この後に及んでまだマイペースだな。とにかくお腹も空いたし、帰ろう。
Yeah, well, let's go home and have dinner. Akiho hurriedly puts the prez into its carrying case and is about to cheerfully exit the store when...
お
Yeah?
いちょっと待ちなロボブ。
Yes?
何かな、ドク。
Doc is still sitting at the counter. He waves a sales slip at us. Oh.
パーツ代締めて税込み16,000円だ。
Oh dear. Ooh. We don't have that kind of money. Uh-oh.
安心しな。サービス料については負けといてやる。それはいい。
Yeah, he said that the services are free. So that's 6,000. Excuse me, 16,000. Is that minus the service fee?
それはいいって。それでも1万6000。
Yeah, she's having trouble saying it. I watched the blood drain out from Akiho's face. She's gone pale. Again, but in a different way.
どうかうちらがそんな手持ちないの分かってて言ってるよね。鬼、こうつくばり金の亡者。
Calm down, Akiho. It's like yes, it's a lot of money. Maybe he can give us some time to actually pay this off.
誰がパーツ取り付けやらセットアップやらしてやったと思ってやがる。
Oh, I can actually see his eyes now. Well, at least one of them anyway.
ドクが勝手にやってくれたのに。
なんか言ったか。
なんでもないです。
She laughs it off, then whispers into my ear.
カイ、どうしよう。
That's a steep price, especially for a high school student, a Japanese high school student anyway, right? I mean, I don't know how much that is in dollars, but I imagine in yen that's pretty steep.
ミッチでも呼びつけようかな。でもあいつ呼んだって来てくれるとは思えないし。結局最後までお金に泣かされたか。世知辛い世の中。
Like, money is what makes the world go around, Akiho. Sorry, sweetie.
カイ、こうなったらうちが人質になるから、カイ一人で東京に。
What? You'll be the hostage? What exactly do you mean by that, Akiho?
アキちゃん落ち着きなよ、見苦しい。
I mean, she may be overreacting just a little bit.
そんな言い方しなくても。だってじゃあどうしたら。
ドク。
I call out to the old man.
今回のパーツ代、ロボワンの優勝賞金で払うよ。
If they can win. I mean, and not to mention, how much is the prize money?
おお。
Does Akiho not like that idea? I mean, it's a surprising idea, for sure. But will she go along with that?
ん？
カイ、今の最高にクールだった。
Seems like she's cool with it then.
まあ、俺が出るからには優勝は当然狙っていくからね。
Okay. Kaito's in this.
って今のはちょっとキザだったかななんて思わないこともないけど。
Oh my god.
お前ら大人を舐めてんだろ。
Underestimating? My trump card isn't working? I mean, it was worth a shot, right? Doc shoots us a sharp glare.
だがロックだな。
that I earned some brownie points, Doc. He bends his lips into a smirk. Apparently that's his idea of a smile. Well, his sprite slash character model is smiling very widely. Not so much of a smirk, but you know. Seeing it sends a chill down my spine.
いいぜ。出世払いってことでつけといてやる。
He's gonna go along with this, okay. I was kind of afraid that he wasn't. And now we just have to win.
どうも、ドク。
And I have a feeling that's gonna be a little tricky to do. And a little difficult. Let's keep it a secret that I was scared shitless. I totally get it, Kaito.
宣言したからにはちゃんと勝ってきな。負けたって支払いは1秒も待たねえぞ。
Right. Yeah. Even if we lose, we still got to pay for the parts. Oh boy.
任せて。
I mean, Akiho is ever the optimist. Akiho puffs her chest out with pride. For some reason, she seems terribly confident. I mean, someone needs to be, I guess. And of course, it would be Akiho to be the one who would be the confident one. By the time I finally get home, it's way past 11 at night. It goes without saying that Mom is pissed, but I somehow managed to avoid being lectured and hop right into bed. Without having dinner? It isn't until I'm in bed that I realize I'm still not packed for Tokyo. But whatever. I have tomorrow for that. Tokyo, huh? I've never been there before. Has he ever been off the island? Or for that matter, has Akiho, too? I mean, I see it on TV and in the news all the time, but I can't even begin to imagine how many people live there. I mean, I know that Tokyo is a big city in Japan. And, you know, with them being on an island, you know, being islanders, I can only assume that would be a little daunting for an islander to visit a big city. Especially one that they're not super familiar with. And trains underground? That just seems nuts. I find it hard to believe when people tell me about how buildings are lined up endlessly, as far as the eye can see. It might as well be a fairy tale world to a rural islander like me. Yeah, it's like, what was I just really saying? Like, it would basically be like a whole new world to an islander. But it's also where Misa-ne lives. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't excited or intrigued, but it also sounds a little scary. In 24 hours, I'll be in Tokyo. Oh boy, it's coming up so quick. It just doesn't feel real yet. Despite being fairly exhausted, I end up laying in bed for over an hour, unable to sleep. Oh, Kaito, don't get into the same problem that Akiho got herself into. This is pretty out of character for me. I might actually be pretty jazzed about the trip. I hope he doesn't wind up staying up all night. I'm Mazuka?
ああ、最終便で出発してよ。
Interesting that I'm Mazuka now. Huh. It's like we've been going back and forth between Kaito and Akiho all this time, but we have not seen the perspective from any other character. And that's actually one of the things that I've been wondering about with this game. I had heard that there are different perspectives throughout the game from different characters, and one of the things I am wondering is how often are we going to be jumping between different characters, and from how many different perspectives are we going to get with each character? I assume that not every character we're going to get their perspective from, but it would be really cool if that were to be the case, but I kind of get the feeling that that's not the case. I am wondering, though, with Mazuka's perspective, what does she have to offer? I guess we'll find out.
今日のうちにそっちまで行って一泊するってさ。
二人だけで？
Oh, she's talking to Misa-ne.
いや、ミッチーが付き添い。まあ、あいつが一番お荷物っぽいけどね。
Maybe.
この2週間くらい二人してかなりあたふたしてたよ。秋はともかく、カイがあんな焦ってるのは久々に見たさ。
Yeah, Kaito, just been kind of pretty much oblivious to everything in the Robot Club, kind of. And yeah, now that the Kill Ballad program has been implemented, definitely more interested now.
結構無茶な条件出されたみたいでね。ただ、なんかさ、あの子らすごく一生懸命なんだよ。
Kaito hasn't been, but you know that may change. Akiho, on the other hand, definitely.
青春してるなーって感じ。
Ah, yes, to be young again. It's like that's something I can relate with very much.
でさ、今日になって急につきものが落ちたような顔になっちゃって。もうすがすがしいくらいに。なんか、珍しくカイがロボ部のために一肌脱いだみたいだよ。どういう心境の変化があったんだかね。って、私ばっか喋ってるじゃないか。
I'm sure it's just fine, Mazuka.
そっちでは会う約束してるんでしょ？
Oh, are we actually going to meet up with Misa-ne? That's what I'm used to calling her. It's like, I know it's Mizaki, but, or Mizaki, whichever way you want to pronounce it, I guess. But that'd be really cool if we could actually meet her rather than just, like, you know, seeing a commercial of her like we did a while back.
してないわ。
You're not? Really? I want to actually get to know you.
は？なんで？
Yeah, why not? Like, I want to know more about Misa-ne.
忙しいの。
Too busy to take time away from all your business stuff to hang out with your younger sister. It's like, when was the last time she's seen Akiho?
忙しいってあんたね。わかるけどさ。秋寂しがってたよ。やっぱり連絡つかないってしょんぼりしてたし。
Aw.
私さ、それ見てちょっと抱きしめてあげちゃいそうになったよ。
Oh, I bet.
あんた最近、妹とちょっとでも話した？
Yeah, there's that too. When was the last time you've actually talked to Akiho? Like, come on, Misa-ne. Silence. That's what we get. Misa-ne, come on.
これだよ。
Did something happen between Misa-ne and Akiho? I wonder.
いい子じゃないか。私もあんな妹が欲しかったわ。
Mm.
そうね。
Mm.
冷たいな。ああ、ま、それはいいとして。実際どうなのよ。一言挨拶する時間ぐらい作ってやったら？
Yeah. At least say hello to them. Mainly to Akiho.
言ってるでしょ。忙しいの。
I mean, I get it that she's busy, but you're not busy right now. You're talking to Mizuka. Well, why not after getting off the phone with Mizuka? Why don't you call up your sister? Like, seriously.
そりゃわかるけど。でも、ちょっとは自分のことも考えなよ。どうせ男だってろくにいないんだろ。
Oh, that's kind of a low blow, isn't it?
見ずに言われる筋合いはないわ。
Uh, yeah, I guess that's fair on both fronts. Like
お、
we,
今の言い方、昔っぽいじゃないか。ようやく感覚取り戻してきた？
I mean, we haven't seen much of Mizuka so far this game. Then again, I'm still kind of in the early stages, but we haven't really gotten much about her, other than that, she runs her. Does she run her family's convenience store, or does she just work there? I mean, she works there definitely, but aside from that, we don't know too much about her.
ちゃんとご飯食べてんの？家とか散らかしっぱなしのままじゃないでしょうね。あんたって昔っからそういうところあるから。テレビのミサを見てファンだって言ってるおじさまたちに教えてやりたいわ。
What? All your old dude fans. Does she mean just like her fans in general?
冗談だよ。とにかく後輩たちの晴れ姿を見るぐらいはしてやんなって。わかった？
そろそろ切るわ。これから取引先と会食なの。
Really? Or are you just making that up?
ああ。また連絡するよ。じゃあな。
I mean, she could just be making excuses for all I know. What's on your mind, Mizuka?
やっぱり、あんたはもう帰ってくるつもりはないんだね。
Maybe she doesn't want to come back. I mean, even though that this is her hometown, you know, some people who grow up and move away from their hometown never come back. So, that's a possibility.
それは、秋やカイだけじゃなくて、私も寂しいな。
Aw, Mizuka's feeling lonely too. She misses her friend. Like, it's one thing to talk to your friend over the phone, especially a really good friend. That's a whole nother thing when you actually spend time together with them. I gently lift my head and notice that light is coming in from outside the window. Where is this? Oh, no. Can I look at anything? McDonald Obida. Odaiba. McDonald Odaiba Deluxe Store. Yes. It's like, I would like a Wick Burger. Open 24 hours. Giga Fish Burger special available until July 5th. Giga Fish Burger. God, I'm just thinking of how big of a fish that is. Giga Fish? It sounds big. Huh. Anything else? Does it look like anything else? So, we're in a McDonald's. That name. Save the green. Okay. Oh, and how about Twipo? Mitchi, I can't believe it. Mitchi, I can't believe it. They both say it. It's a totally different game without lag. My win rate is under 50% with no lag. Can't adjust to it. Break time. Played around 3 hours. 20 to 16. Barely positive. Oh. Had some competition there. That's awfully close. Alright. I gently lift my head and notice that light is coming in from outside the window. I've been sitting on this hard seat for so long that my body aches all over. I stretch out a bit, still seated.
まさかハンバーガーショップで一夜を過ごすとはね。
Oh, they spent the night in a McDonald's? That's so fun to say, actually. McDonald's. We figured we had a hotel reserved, but after getting to Haneda Airport, Mitchi delivered a shocking announcement. That the hotel was all booked up.
いいか、耳かっぽじってよーく聞くように。ホテルは取ってないぞ。わかるか？ 予算ないのに泊まれるわけがない。これは豆知識というか社会の常識だ。勉強になったな。
Excuse me? Okay, so not exactly quite what I was thinking, but okay, so no money in the budget. We've known that. This is not a pro tip. It's like you don't spend the night in a restaurant. It's like how do they even manage to do this? I mean, if anything, they should have like spent the night like at one of their houses. I don't know. And then he moved on like it was no big deal. Of course. It's like Mitchi just seems to like shrug things off pretty easily. But when need be, he can get onto you for something major. Like that one night when he told Kaito and Akiho that they need to stop for the night, working on the Tanegashima machine and just go home because they were at school late. It's like he put his foot down then, but other than that, so far he's just kind of shrugged things right off, hasn't he? And so we sent out for Odaiba, where ROBO-ONE is held, and spent the night in a 24-hour burger joint. $24-hour burger joint. Did those actually exist? I've never heard of such a thing. It's like I know Walmart can be open 24 hours, but a burger joint?
日々これ勉強だぞヤシオ。東京は島とは違うことばっかだろ。この経験がだな、やがてお前にとって貴重な財産となるんだな。うん。
I mean, I really don't know what to say now. It's like Mitchi just kind of goes with the flow and kind of improvises, it seems.
まあ、確かに違うことばっかりだよ。
On the island, the only 24-hour joint is a diner in Nishi no Omote-shi. We also only have 2 convenience stores total. 2. I mean, there's the Irie convenience store. What was the name of the other one? I can't remember. And then you have the fact that even in the middle of the night, Tokyo is lit up bright. That rhymed. As someone accustomed to the darkness of the island, that brightness was actually a little scary. I even ended up looking for that creepy aurora in the sky. Auroras shouldn't be creepy. What? Unfortunately, it was in the sky where it always is, serving as a reminder that we weren't too far from Tanegashima. And such was my first night in Tokyo. A priceless experience or something. I would say that it's an or something.
そもそもヤシオはワクドは初めてだろ？ん？先生のおごりで食べたハンバーガーはどうだった？
WICD is short for WcDonald's, a fast food joint. It's the place for burgers in Japan, but we have none on Tanegashima. Of course they don't. It's like, of course, to work around copyright or trademarked names like McDonald's, in order to actually have the name in there, somehow they have to change it a little bit, just a little bit anyway. Like Steins Gate does that too, and it's kind of funny. Even though we're nearly 20 years into the 21st century.
別に初めてじゃないよ。鹿児島で2回くらい食べたことあるから。
Their burgers are totally fine, and the one I had yesterday was no different. I could have gone for another, though. Well, you must have a hollow leg, Kaito.
それに、ワクドなんかどうでもよくて。
If possible, we wanted to avoid being exhausted because we spent the night in hard chairs. Oh yeah, that would definitely be uncomfortable. It's like, don't they have a booth? Booths? For Akiho and I, this was important. There's the threat of having an attack at any time. Oh yeah. We don't want that to happen. The more we strain our bodies, the easier it is for an attack to occur. Even sleeping on hard chairs. Huh. As soon as we found out that we didn't have a hotel booked, the first thing I worried about was having an attack. I mean, I would be concerned too if I had that kind of condition. So basically, right now, it's like I'm holding onto a bomb with a lit fuse. It's kind of a ticking time bomb, right? Who knows when it could explode? Yeah, seriously. Either way, I know for sure that it's lit. And once the fuse is lit, it won't stop until it explodes. It's just a question of when. I have no control over that, so all I can do is pray to the powers that be. I'd love for it to occur at a time and place that would cause as little trouble as possible to the people around me. Even including Mitchi, right? I grip my teeth. This condition is irritating as hell. Oh, I can just imagine. I mean, I kind of know how Kaito feels about this, because I kind of have an irritating condition myself. I have GERD, or silent acid reflux. When I was younger, it used to be really bad. But now that I've gotten older, changed my eating habits and helped my GERD by taking specific things, it's gotten a lot better. But every now and then, more like once in a great while, I'll wind up choking on my food, and the only way to really relieve it is for me to go into the restroom and make myself regurgitate. And when I was younger, when it was really bad, it was so irritating because it would happen almost all the time, especially when I would eat like barbecued food. And, you know, now I just, as kind of a safeguard, I don't eat barbecued food anymore. It's like anything that I wind up eating that tends to be something that is barbecued, I will make myself on the stovetop. So like burgers, I'll make myself on the stovetop. I'll make what else? Like hot dogs and or beer barons. I like beer barons a lot more. I'll broil them. Or like with hot dogs, I'll cut them up and put them in a big put them in a big casserole dish with a bunch of like beans, you know, baked beans. But I'm kind of getting off topic, but the point is with my GERD, it was so irritating to the point when I was younger that it was becoming very troublesome for me, especially out in public. I would hate the times when I had to use a public restroom to go to make myself regurgitate. I hated doing that. Anyway, off of my tirade now. It sucks having to worry about something else while I already have other things to deal with. I'm so fed up that I don't want to shout out loud. I want to go back to the island right this minute.
で、ミッチーさ、ロボ&エントリーってもう済ませてるの？
いや、シード組以外は今日の朝に会場まで行って受付を済ませることになってるはずだぞ。
He thinks? So much for leadership. And I'm sure he's trying to do the best he can.
何時から？
確か9時だな。先生の記憶が確かならだぞ。これ豆知識な。
That's not a pro tip. It's like his pro tips are not pro tips.
いやー、さすがミッチー。役に立たないったらなんね。
He says that with such, you know, facetiousness and, it's on the tip of my tongue. I hate when this happens. And sarcasm. He says this with such facetiousness and sarcasm. I really hate when I get something on the tip of my tongue and it just won't come out like that. Oh boy.
なんだと？ヤシオ、先生を敬う気持ちが足りんぞ。
I almost can't take Michi seriously. He's kind of like a big kid. I ignore Michi's whining for now. It's 8:50. If registration starts at 9 o'clock, we need to head to the venue now or we'll be in trouble. I have no choice. I wanted to let her rest a little longer, but I'm gonna have to wake Akiho up. She's in the seat next to me, face down on the table, snoozing away. Up until an hour ago, she was doing the final adjustments to the press's programming. She eventually dozed off. Oh. Up until an hour ago, she stayed up all night again? Oh no. She looked really comfortable, and since I felt any final tweaks couldn't be that important, I let her sleep. But since Akiho's the only one who actually knows the right registration time, I gotta wake her up.
アキちゃん、起きて。そろそろ行くよ。
I think you need to do better than that, Kaito. She's still half asleep. Akiho irritatedly swipes my hand, shaking her shoulder. Slightly annoyed, I shake her shoulder again.
アキちゃん、朝ですよ。
Like, Akiho, time to get up. What? What are you loving, Akiho? Is she dreaming? Sounds like it. Since she's not waking up, I sigh and forcefully pull on her ear. Don't pull on her ear? Ow! Yeah. Akiho's hands claw at the air.
起きた。
I would be if someone did that to me. And I would be very annoyed with them. I release my hand and she glares at me resentfully. Yeah, it's like I totally relate to Akiho right now. Her eyes are red. That's what I swear the buttons on my controller are so sensitive. Her eyes are red. That's what a lack of sleep will do to you.
今の起こし方はひどいと思うな。
A little bit, yes.
アキちゃんがあんまり気持ちよさそうに寝てるから、いたずらしたくなっちゃってね。
That's not messing with you. No. You don't pull someone's ear to mess with them.
うち寝てた？
Yes, you were. Did she not realize that she was asleep? She suddenly looks around in a panic.
じゃあまずいな。まだプログラム済んでないのに。
Oh, you weren't? How fast can you finish it?
なんだセノミヤ妹、まだ終わってなかったのか？
見てただけのミッチーに言われたくないよ。
I swear it looks like the sprites just kind of glitch out. That's how it looks to me. It's so jarring.
そんなことより、ロボワンのエントリーって何時かな？
今って何時？
What time did we say it was?
9時前。
That's right, just before 9.
うわ、エントリーは9時からだからもう出なきゃ。
Oh boy. She's suddenly clamoring about.
よーし、それじゃあお前ら先生についてこい。
Dots. Neither of us respond to Michi's order. once again, I'm ending things off, and we'll start things back up with characters' backs to me. Yes, I'm leaving it off here for the time being. I'm gonna take what I can get. Wait a minute. I swear I know this area. Oh, is this... Is this in the same area of, what's the name again? Trying to remember the name of it. I swear this is in the same area where in Steins Gate, the Komima event takes place. I swear it does. That's what it looks like to me anyway. I could be wrong, but I do know that Steins Gate and Robotics Notes shares its universe together, and of course they are part of the same larger franchise. Huh. It's like, just kind of got a little distracted with that, but I had to bring it up. Anyway, ending it off here. So, we got a couple of interesting plot points. The robot doctor helped us put the program into the Tanegashima machine, which was, of course, a super great help. It's like we wouldn't have been able to do that ourselves with the amount of time left. So, that was a major help. But now we're kind of running a little late, it seems, to ROBO-ONE now. Hopefully we make it in time, but we'll save that for next time. So, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and thank you for watching, by the way. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and subscribe to become part of the pack. And don't forget to claw that bell icon so you know when a new video comes out. And as always, everyone, have a great day or night, wherever you may be.